Hello, everyone. It's me, Thomas Johnson, also known as Wolfman, whatever you want to call me. But I'm back again, and I got a lot to say this time because yet again the state has failed the system, or the state has failed us. And what you may think, am I talking about? Food stamps. Yes, it's essential needed for all of us poor bastards, those that deserve it. Now, let me explain something, okay? My son and I are on disability. We get at the bare minimum about, we'll do the math here. We get about a little close to 1,400 a month. That's my benefits and his put together. Now, after we get done paying out for bills that we owe and all that stuff, getting the things that we need for the month, we're almost broke. Let's put it that way. Okay? We were on food stamps before, and they'd done us dirty back then. They're still doing us dirty now. And how much per se they gave us? They gave us $20. $20 fucking dollars. They think, oh, that's going to be enough to get them through the month. That'll give them enough groceries to kind of stock the shelves. No. Let me put it to you this way. Back when I was working a legitimate job, back when I was in good enough shape to manage a full-time job, I was working in a machine shop, making 12 plus an hour. Okay? Working from 2 in the afternoon to 3 in the morning. Coming home, tired, exhausted, hurting. Okay? I made what we make in a month every 2 weeks. Not counting the taxes being taken out and all that stuff. But then, we was getting $400 a month. Granted, my wife was still alive. You know, this was before we found out about her heart issue. So, here's the kicker. Soon as things changed, and my wife is no longer with us and whatnot, they cut our benefits in half. Went from making $400 plus a month on food stamps to provide for my son and my wife and myself to making $200. Then less than a year later, they cut that in half down to $100. And then less than a year later, they cut that down in half, down to about $50 or $60. And little by little, they keep cutting it down till we got $20. And they cut that down to nothing. Okay? Nothing financially changed for my son and I. We are still getting the same amount every month. But, I tried to ask to see what's going on back then. They say, well, they changed things to where they no longer take in the consideration the fact of what you have to pay in when it comes to everything else. So, on top of normal routine expenses and other bills you have to pay, they don't consider that something they care about. They care about how much you pay in rent, how much you do this. Well, that's a given, I understand. But you gotta understand, there's more to it than just that. I'm not the only one that done this to you. I had a friend that served in Vietnam. Okay? The guy went through pure hell. He came back from Nam with a plate in his head and a part of his arm muscle to replace his leg muscle. Okay? He went through hell. Even when he came back. We all know how those Vietnam vets were treated when they got back home. Not too kindly. This old man was barely making on the finances he has. He reaches out to D.H.S. to get food stamps, and they only gave him $14 a month for food stamps. $14 a month. For a guy who literally survived pure hell for our country, who went through fucking the shittiest of circumstances at home and abroad, and all they could give him was $14 a month on food stamps for him to survive on. The kind of guy he was, he used that $14 he got in his food stamps, and he went out and bought food to feed his dog. And believe me, his dog ate like a champ. Ate like fucking royalty, because he would go out and buy packages of lunch meat, hot dogs, Vienna sausages, and all that on that food stamp card to turn around and feed his little miniature dachshund. By the time it was all said and done, before he passed away, that dog looked like a bologna roll. It might sound funny to you, but the thing about it is, this guy was a Vietnam vet. He served our country. He fought tooth and nail. Lost part of his fucking leg. Lost part of his head over there in Vietnam for us. And how does the system repay him for giving him next to nothing? Now, you know, he's not the only one going through that. I'm not the only one going through that. Okay? Somehow, some way, for some reason, they think that people like us that are barely making it from month to month, barely making it month to month, they think we make too much for some reason, or their fucking pay scale's off the fucking tilt. But, you know, we cannot provide for a family or for our children off of pocket change every month, especially when it comes to food stamps. $20 a month. This is enough to make probably a meal for one night, not for one fucking month. It breaks my heart to see that the great state of Oklahoma thinks so poorly of the people in it. Believe me, with all the issues that my state has, with all the things I pointed out to politicians, councilmen, councilwomen, neighborhood watch a whole bit, they obviously do not give a rat's ass about us. I was afraid this is going to happen. Doesn't help when the person's doing the phone interview with me over my food stamps act like she didn't really give two shits and a fuck about doing the deal to begin with. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm calling from the Oklahoma D.H.S. office about Thomas Johnson, and it's like, I really gotta do this shit type attitude. And then when I'm answering questions, I get, and I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this. And sure enough, it's verified, because they gave me $20 fucking to feed my family a month. Thank you, Oklahoma D.H.S, for foobarring my situation even worse than what it is. People, before I get off here, I want to let you know that I'll promise I'll put some more positive stuff in the next video. I will share some more funny stories in my next video to balance out the negative. Because I don't want this YouTube channel to be all negative all the time. I want to balance it out for everyone to smooth it out. But right now, I just had to vent right now because if a lot of you people out there are struggling as a family, as parents, even single parents like myself, when you go through the rings, go through the system, hoping to get help, and you get this kind of response, you gotta relate. But I'll have more positive shit coming back your way. Don't worry. I'm Thomas Johnson. I'm glad you guys are watching this channel. Glad listening in. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.